Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Fish Room. My name is Travis, and today we're going to be doing a 9-month update on the Rescue Oscar Jeffery. Try saying that 10 times fast. Either way, I wanted to give you guys just a general update since we did one on the 300 the other day. I figured, hey, this is just another tank down here, and it's been a few months since I've done one. So with that, Jeffery is doing extremely well. If you guys haven't seen the previous video, I will put a link in the description or put a card up or whatever. You can check it out. But long story short, he came from an unfortunate situation. One of my neighbors was moving out. He was in a 55-gallon tank with like 3 other fish and a couple other plecos, whatever you want to call them. And he wasn't doing very good. He had a nasty hole in the head in multiple spots. Since transitioning him to a new tank or transferring him to this new tank, healthy diet, clean water, all that good stuff, his hole in the head did finally go away completely, and he's doing pretty well. He has also grown about 2.5 to 3 inches since then as well, and pretty thick. It's kind of hard to see, but he is a big boy or girl. I don't know. I haven't taken him out or fin checked him, but it's a pretty decent sized fish. And yes, he is the only fish in this tank. I don't have any other things other than a couple snails, and I'm going to keep it that way just because the filtration isn't the best. I haven't upgraded it yet, and with the plants pulling out some of the nitrates and phosphates and kind of keeping the tank pretty clean for the most part. I don't really want to mess with it. He is happy. And I guess he socializes with the boys and the cat, so he's good to go. Now, yeah, other than that, he's doing very well. His personality is a little off compared to some of the other Oscars I've had in the past. I think maybe because of how he was raised or grew up originally, wasn't very social. He does come to the surface, of course, during feeding time and is playful with the cat and the boys every once in a while, but he will take a finger if he gets the opportunity. So definitely not like my other Oscars where you could put your hand in the tank and he'd come over and kind of swim between your fingers. Not like that, but again, I think that's something that has to be taught early on or learned early on when they're babies, and unfortunately he didn't have that opportunity. But yeah, other than that, I really like the tank. It's kind of a shallow tank. As I mentioned in the previous videos, it was an all-in-one, which we removed the back baffle. I put a hang on the back, or sorry, a canister filter on it, added some driftwood, some plants, and added these kessels, which are 3D printed mounts, which actually worked out really well. And I think this is Java fern moss. I think I do have some fern in there, and it's pretty dirty, but it does pull out a pretty good amount. I keep saying pretty. If I had $1 for every time I said that, I probably could pay rent this month. But either way, not editing that out. So yeah, it's dirty, but it is pulling out a lot of nitrates and phosphates, and the tank is staying relatively clean because of it. Now, outside of that, I did have some rocks in here and some other plants, but he had this thing about moving the rocks around, and he was I was hearing this clicking sound when I was down here. I was like, what's going on? He was taking the rocks and bouncing them off the glass. So with that, obviously I don't want to crack the tank. I don't know if it would have actually did it, but listen, I don't want like 75 gallons on the floor. That's not something I'm up for. Plus, I wouldn't have a place to put him, and that wouldn't end very well for anybody. So with that, I took out the rocks. I also took out the plants because he decided to eat them and shred them to pieces. He doesn't really bother the moss that much. He does pick at it a little bit. As you can see, there's a little bit on the bottom here. But outside of that, he kind of leaves it alone. He hides into it, underneath it, and gets underneath the log. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. He's a very basic fish on the grand scheme of fish that I've had. Again, his personality isn't the best Oscar-wise, just because I think, like I mentioned before, just how he was raised. But overall, it's a very easy fish to take care of. He's happy, eats a ton of food, and yeah, I guess I'm just going to keep him around. Again, no plans of getting him a bigger tank or adding any other fish. Maybe if I relocate at some point and I get say a 120 or 125 or a 220 or something, and I want multiple Oscars, I might consider doing that. But as you guys know, getting an Oscar his size is going to be difficult unless it is a rescue, and buying a smaller Oscar is not really going to be an option because he will probably chew on them. Again, with many other fish, finding a compatible tank mates at this size is difficult, again, unless you're rescuing them. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. Let me know what you guys think about the tank. Very basic. I do a 95% water change, basically down just enough for him to kind of swim. I do that every 2 weeks. I just take out as much water as I can. I clean out the canister filter, clean out the glass, and he's fine with it. He gets a little pissed off for just a few minutes just because of how much water's coming out, but I try to get the temperature right and everything matched up, and it removes a good amount of nutrients and detritus and poop and all that kind of. So one huge water change every couple weeks. He's good with it. No stress, no illness, and we're just going to kind of keep that going. So with that said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.